Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a beautiful Thursday. I'm the Gray Strega, and we're going to be doing the daily collective read for Thursday, January 19th, 2023. What do we see coming through in the cards today? Can I please get 5 cards to clarify? We keep getting this as the first card. We just got this as the first card in the last daily collective read. I don't know if it was the last one or potentially the one before that, but we are seeing 2 of Swords in its reversal today. And we love seeing this card to start our day with, because what this really says is that you are moving forward right now on some actions or activities that are based on what you've been feeling intuitively that you need to act upon. This can be a real significant moment for many of you, because this is something that you may have held on doing or held on proceeding upon, really hoping for your intuition to guide you forward. But this is the day that I'm going to say this is the week, because we're really seeing this card popping up so frequently in the collective read, that you're really starting to take those activation points based off of your intuitive instincts. Can I please get the next card for our 5-card spread? I like seeing this too, because this was in its reversal yesterday, and that is the 2 of Cups. So this could be moving forward into partnerships that are meant for you, partnerships that are aligned with your energy. This is something that you may have been holding off on for some time, but this is the moment that you're really starting to see the energies that are best for you to align to, and you're moving towards these with intentionality based on your intuition on what you must do. Can I please get the center card for our 5-card spread today? Please. Now it is going to feel, there is some uncertainty here, I will point out, because while you are potentially moving forward, trying to follow your intuition, trying to follow your instincts, potentially even around partnership, this doesn't necessarily need to mean intimate partnerships. This could be any sort of partnership or collaboration. You are kind of having some moments of doubt or insecurity as you move through this energy. We are seeing this with the center card being the High Priestess in its reversal. Now, this is going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that these energies are not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. Now, for feminine energy, this could be having some self-doubt or some feelings of doubt as it relates to your own connection to your higher spiritual self. So this may feel like a bit of a struggling point today, even as you push forward into something that you feel you're being intuitively called to do. This isn't surprising to me to see, because we have seen a bit of blockage here as it relates to this, because this is something that you've been holding off on doing for some time. So even though you're following some of that intuitive guidance, you are kind of having this moment of concern or doubt about whether you are moving towards your higher spiritual self. This is going to be, for feminine, an important day to really ground, to sit in your space, to allow yourself to feel your feelings, to really try to tap into this higher spiritual self so that you can get it back in alignment. For masculine energy, this could be moving forward right now or trying to build some kind of partnership to get back in connection with that feminine energy that you may feel is displaced or that you are not necessarily aligned with. This could be feeling also for masculine energy right now some distance or some lack of connection to this higher spiritual feminine, and that potentially that this higher spiritual feminine is being blocked from you in some capacity. However, we are seeing here that you are using your intuitive guidance right now to move you in the direction of partnership, potentially to get in better alignment with this feminine energy that you feel disconnected with. We are going to continue right now. Can I please get 1 card to move forward with? But here's the thing, especially for feminine, even though you may be feeling this moment where you're feeling a bit spiritually off-centered, we don't see this necessarily stopping you, because what you're really doing is you're recommitting and you're redoubling your actions in the tangible space. You are offering yourself, you are offering your services, you are being generous as you can in the areas that you feel are most valuable and you are most needed. And I feel that for feminine today, what you're really doing is you're really trying to allow your physical actions or your physical activities to really guide you in this moment where you may be having these anxieties or concerns about your higher spiritual alignment or your spiritual self. This is really kind of putting your actions ahead to get you back into the mindset that you need to feel like you need to realign and reconnect. Now for masculine today, this is going to be showing that you are moving in a direction of trying to be more generous, trying to be more open, in hopes of getting back in alignment with this feminine who you feel potentially is not necessarily one that you are deeply being able to spiritually connect with. But this is allowing you to take the steps right now in the physical space to try to get in better alignment with this energy. We are going to continue right now. Can I please get the final card for the top 5 spread cards in the spread? We've got 2 cards coming here now. And I do like this because what we're really seeing is by the end of the day, we do feel that there is this recommitment to the self, the recommitment in one's own abilities. And this is happening, I think, because again, even though for the feminines you have this day or this midpoint in the day where you may be feeling a little bit off center or off focus as it relates to your own spiritual self, you're allowing your actions in the tangible space to reorient you, to build that confidence for yourself. And what we're seeing really is there is a bit of this uncertainty that's happening from the options that are available to you, and trying to make sure that you are taking the options that are best in line with the things that you are trying to drive forward with in this space. Today is going to be a very important day for grounding, for writing those lists, for making those manifestations possible. Because something I always like to point out, particularly when we see the 7 of Cups, is that possibility of being confused or being disillusioned or not being certain about which way to proceed often starts with an inability or a disconnection with what it is that you truly desire and what it is you're truly going after. The more that you're able to ground yourself in the space right now to really set your intentions, this is what's going to give you the capability to move forward in the direction that you want around a particular course of action or into the directed manifestation that you are hoping to achieve. Thank you guys so much for the likes and the shares and the follows. We are going to continue to get clarity between these cards, getting clarity right now between this 2 of Swords in this reversal. So having this moment right now where you are allowing your intuition to guide you into the next steps that you need to take. And a lot of this having to do with new partnerships, new opportunities, new group plans with different energies that you are trying to move forward with, and allowing that intuition to really move you forward in this way towards these connections that are best aligned to you. Can I please get 1 card to clarify? We've got 2 cards here right now. Now, while feminine energy is in this moment a high priestess in its reversal, so feeling a little bit spiritually off center, we're seeing masculine energy right now having a lot of overflow of emotions, and this is being reflected right now with this King of Cups in its reversal. And this makes a lot of sense given the fact that the King of Cups is a card that is, when it's in its upright, it is deeply, deeply aligned to feminine. It is a masculine energy that can embody the feminine, that can make space for that emotionality of the feminine energy. The masculine energy right now is potentially not necessarily in deep alignment, but this might have to do with too much outside energy coming towards it all at once. And whatever this energy is that is around the masculine energy right now, it is not necessarily benefiting them in the best way possible. Masculine energy, you may have too many energies in your space right now, and it's all of those energies that are kind of knocking you off of your center, giving you this overflow of emotion as you try to determine what energy you want to move forward with, particularly as it potentially relates to partnership. Now, for feminine energy, what we're really seeing right now is trying to move into partnership, but this may be a point where you're turning away from some masculine energies that you don't necessarily feel are in communion with their emotional center, that are not necessarily being able to express their emotionality to you, or are doing something where it's an overflow of that energy. So over emotional or completely under emotional, completely under cut off, and believing that the reason that this energy is in its disruption point is because there's too much third party energy around this space. This is the feminine taking actions to move away from this type of energy and into partnerships that are more aligned to their ultimate goals and plans. Now, for getting clarity right now between this 2 of Cups, so the new partnerships, the new opportunities that are coming towards you today, and for feminine, feeling a little bit off of your spiritual center even as you move into these deeper partnerships. For masculine energy, potentially trying to amend or correct partnerships towards a feminine energy that you feel you're not feeling spiritually linked with, or you're feeling this separation from a divine feminine that is in their spiritual space. Can I please get one card to clarify? We have to clarify between these points. This is the Seven of Swords, and it's very interesting because this card kind of spun before I pulled it out. So there is something here about some confusion point. There is a moment about asking yourself or thinking heavily about some situations from the past, looking at some situations from the past, asking yourself if there is a partnership opportunity in those old situations, but also recognizing, and I feel that this is why there is this spiritual misalignment for feminine and masculine. For feminine, feeling like some of these issues and situations around this partnership of the past may have caused you pain and gotten you off of your spiritual alignment. So being able to try to look forward into new partnerships while even still looking at past situations and scenarios and still very heavily thinking about them or having them involved in your life in some capacity, even though they're causing you pain, this is the thing that is causing this disruption point between the feminine energy as they try to move forward into their following their intuitive guidance. Now, for masculine energy, what we're really seeing here is looking at partnerships from the past, looking at this connection from the feminine that you feel separated from or not in spiritual alignment with, and also understanding, though, having this heavy moment of really looking and assessing at these situations that may have hurt you in the past, even as you try to kind of find a way forward into partnership with a feminine that is not necessarily as connected with you as you would desire at this moment. Continuing to get clarity right now, particularly between this high priestess and its reversal. So this feeling, particularly around the feminine energy right now, of a bit of spiritual misalignment, trying to use today to get back into spiritual alignment. A lot of thoughts right now for masculine energy on this feminine energy that you don't necessarily feel as spiritually connected with, that you feel that you're not necessarily receiving those insights or that connection point, but using this opportunity to really kind of put yourself into the things that you can shift and change in your life right now. For feminine, really kind of trying to affect the outside world around you, kind of give your services, give your opportunities to those that you feel need them. And for masculine, this is really trying to put your energy towards some situations or circumstances, hoping to kind of get this feminine back in spiritual connection with you. Can I please get one card to clarify? Whoop, this one doesn't want to come out. Bear with me one moment. Whoop. We've got two cards today. This is going to feel like a bit of a rough day again. We saw this with the feminine energy yesterday. We see it with it today. We see this card that came up for feminine yesterday as well as today. There is something right now about the feminine energy feeling a bit unstable. And I feel that this instability in the tangible space around your surroundings, around your materialism, this is what's causing some of this disruption point for you. But for feminine energy, and working through it, it's almost like the tangible, this is an instability happening both from the spiritual and the tangible perspective of the grounded world. For feminine right now, this is giving this moment of, again, recommitting, offering your services, but also walking away, making a choice, being able to do the things that you need to do in order to hope to build that stability around you and get yourself back into spiritual alignment. For masculine energy right now, we see you putting a lot of effort in the world around you, potentially because you are feeling this disconnected connection point from a feminine that is not necessarily either spiritually connecting with you or isn't really in a place where you are ready to kind of move forward because of feeling that instability around it. This is also what's allowing you to make choices right now to move forward and also to commit into things right now that you really feel that you can have some effect on, really offering your services in the tangible space, in the place where you're really committing your time and energy to try to move things forward, even in the midst of what is feeling like a bit of a block with the feminine energy. Continuing to get clarity between these points right now, getting clarity between this Six of Pentacles. So being able to really try to be generous and also turning towards those energies right now that are generous towards you, because you are trying to move things forward. And even though there is some uncertainty about what the plan is or what the direction is or what you're feeling truly spiritually called to do, allowing your material abilities, allowing the places that are opening themselves up to you to be the guidance point to help you get in alignment for today. Can I please get one card to clarify? We've got two cards coming up again. This is a moment where we see that there is conflicts that are being put down as you make movements forward. This is going to feel like cycles are completed as you make this choice and this direction to move forward. This is going to feel like there's hard work that you need to do. You see the task at hand. You're allowing yourself to move forward into the places that are being open and generous towards you. And there is a moment where you're kind of letting some of those past issues or conflicts be put away as you move forward from this point. It's almost a situation where, again, you're really, I see here that while there is a lot of spiritual uncentering or ungrounding today, you're not letting this stop you as you push forward, which is what we like to see. You're letting your kind of material abilities, your tangible effects kind of guide you through, even through a moment what could feel a little spiritually difficult for both feminine and masculine energy. It's going to feel more spiritually off, a little bit harder for the feminine right now, but masculine is feeling very emotionally disconnected. So I do see these energies kind of reflecting each other right now. Continuing to get clarity between these points. So clarifying right now between, for feminine, feeling like there is a manifestation of masculine right now that is either feeling like overly emotional, or you're disconnected from them emotionally because of either this over emotionality or an inability to hold their own emotions, or this get disconnectedness from the emotionality of a particular masculine energy that has too many energies around it. Or for masculine right now, feeling a bit of emotional overwhelm because of all the energies surrounding you. And also this readdressing of a past, looking at past situations, looking at past scenarios that may have caused you pain. For feminine right now, this could be really thinking about some situation around a masculine manifestation that has caused you pain due to this fact. For masculine, really potentially looking back at scenarios that have put you in this emotional overwhelm. This may even be multiple scenarios involving multiple people. Can I please get one card to clarify? We see here an Ace of Swords in its reversal. So what we're really seeing here is this is a moment of accepting a moment of surrender. That is going to feel like a lot of surrender energy, both for masculine and feminine energy today. But there is a victory in this surrender, allowing yourself to come to terms with the situation to a certain extent, and understanding that it is this understanding, it is this act of surrender that is truly allowing you the victory that you need to move forward from this point. Continuing to get clarity right now between this Seven of Swords. So looking back on situations and past scenarios, seeing the pain that they caused, thinking about them and asking yourself if you should go back to those scenarios, even if they've caused you pain. And for feminine right now, really feeling like these situations and scenarios created a lot of instability in your present world. But this is what is allowing you to make the choice as you go forward right now. For masculine energy right now, what we're really seeing is a moment where you are looking at past scenarios that caused you pain. You are choosing to take steps moving forward and thinking heavily around a manifestation of feminine that you do feel is not necessarily completely stable as it relates to their own material world right now. Can I please get one card to clarify? We are getting two cards right now. More than anything, we are seeing, again, a lot of cycles completing, that there is a moment of rebirth that is occurring around the energies today. And a lot of this is to try to amend this feeling of abandonment. That for both energies, whatever it has to do with these past experiences that cause them pain, there is a feeling of having been abandoned or left behind in these. And it is this moment that is giving you the ability to kind of rise back up as you move out of this abandonment wound that has been triggered from this scenario right now into the places that you are going to feel seen and appreciated, welcomed and recognized. We are going to continue to get clarity between these. So getting clarity right now in this daily collective read between this Queen of Pentacles in its reversal. So feeling a moment of instability a lot around the feminine energy right now with both the High Priestess in its reversal and the Queen of Pentacles. So even though you're feeling this moment of instability, you are allowing yourself to move forward, to make a choice, to try to correct this instability. While as for masculine right now, you are making a choice as it relates to your decisions moving forward, feeling that there is a manifestation of feminine right now that is not necessarily in a place of stability, but not letting that stop you as it relates to the choices that you are making, and making forward in this choice, Seven of Cups is always kind of a card of like sadness and grief, even as we are taking the steps necessary to move forward, and getting clarity between those points right now and this moving forward, which we see, which is going to feel like a lot of hard work for today, but also kind of allowing yourself to put down arguments, to put down conflict points, moving towards the things that are creating positive outcomes for you, ready to do the work to do those things for yourself. Can I please get one card to clarify? We've got 3 cards here. This is the moment right now where there is some things that are being released or let go. And this is the moment that things start to turn around a bit, because what we're really seeing is there are some circumstances or situations where both masculine and feminine feel somewhat disempowered in order how to move forward. They're feeling simply like they don't have any ability to, and they're letting themselves fall into this act of surrender, as is indicated by the Ace of Swords in its reversal. There is, though, a deep desire not to move away from these conflict points. There is something here that is unfinished or undone. So even while there is this moment of not wanting to fight, this is also saying that there is this resistance or inability to move away from these things that are causing potential pain. However, for feminine, what is really happening in this moment is this is the moment that you're getting your energy back up. This is what is allowing you to kind of step out of this deficit. And what it's really doing, it is making you put up your boundaries. It is making you have this renewed sense of strength, even as you are coming into this moment of surrender. And this is where you're going to find this empowerment point as the day progresses, building your walls, building your boundaries, knowing that your strength lies in creating this space for yourself, that you're going to be able to keep the energies that are not necessarily working to your best benefit away from you or preventing them from affecting you to this capacity. For masculine energy right now, this could be feeling a moment where you are not necessarily sure how to correct this imbalance around feminine right now that you are experiencing and you are feeling. However, not wanting to move away from this energy yet, trying to find some way to go forward, even though you are feeling this resistance point or this boundary around the feminine energy that they are setting. And I feel like it is this boundary that is causing you not to have this ability to understand how to move forward, which could have you in this overly emotional space. Continuing to get clarity on these cards right now, getting clarity between the Ace of Swords and its reversal. So these feelings of surrender that are coming up today, allowing yourself to feel these feelings, allowing this surrender not necessarily to defeat you, but to give you the strength to have a victory through this moment. Because what we're really seeing here is you're moving away from places where you are feeling unseen, unrecognized, trying to heal this abandonment wound that was opened around this situation that caused you pain, and allowing this to be the moment of rebirth for you, of really kind of allowing yourself to rise from the ashes, even in the moment of this act of surrender. Can I please get one card to clarify? We are seeing here tangible victory as it relates to your material world. So this could be reflecting as the new opportunities, the new offers, the things that are actually coming forward to you right now. This is why you're allowing yourself to kind of surrender from some circumstances that are causing you pain, because what you're really doing is you're moving into a space where you're allowing yourself to move into the opportunities that are being presented before you. And this is what is allowing you to kind of have this new life, to have this restart that is happening, even through something that caused a lot of pain or emotionality or a lot of instability as it relates to the circumstances in the past that have caused you this wound. Continuing to get clarity right now between this abandonment wound that is being healed, moving into the spaces where you are feeling like you will not be left abandoned, that you will be seen, that you will have a home, and letting this create this new start for you as we see the completion of cycles. And for feminine, being a point right now where you're kind of in a point where you're not necessarily moving back into those places from the past. You're not necessarily leaving them either. You're just kind of not necessarily doing anything around them, but setting boundaries, really just setting boundaries instead of doing anything other than that. Whereas for masculine energy, having this moment of restart, but still feeling this disconnecting point as you try to figure out how to move forward towards a feminine that you feel has set their boundaries up around you. Can I please get one card to clarify? We have two cards coming up And this is the Ace of Cups in its reversal, as well as the Seven of Wands in its reversal. So a lot of this is translating to you as a moment today where, while there is this possibility, while there are these new opportunities that are coming towards you right now, there is a redirection towards the need to take care of oneself, to take care of one's emotional, spiritual, and physical self, and understanding this moment where you understand that you don't necessarily need to fight in certain areas, that especially when you have the high ground, or you know that you are on the right course for yourself, simply choosing not to go into places that are not going to support and make you allow yourself to takes to support you right now. This is the moment that you are truly kind of reinvesting in and observing the areas in your life that are not necessarily benefiting you, and doubling into your own emotional support, because we really see, particularly for feminine, there is a need right now to really take care of oneself, and observing how the places that have been causing conflict have not been allowing you to take care of yourself. Even while you have these new opportunities around you today, this is that conflict point we are seeing, as that act of surrender is really accepting how you need to, in a way, reinvest in your own care, in your own stability, in the things that support and recognize you. While from the masculine energy, what we're really seeing here is feeling this need to take care of oneself in the midst of a feminine energy that you feel has kind of put their boundaries up around you, and not being sure how to kind of address this situation with this feminine energy, because you don't necessarily feel that you have the high ground, or you don't necessarily feel this ability to kind of fight against this because of the low energetic space that you find yourself in at present. Getting the final card to clarify between these points right now. So getting clarity between all of these new offers, all of these new opportunities in the tangible space that are potentially coming to you today, as well as having this moment of really seeing the fact that there is this need to take care of oneself, and not necessarily needing to go into battles where you have to kind of defend a place that is completely exhausting you, completely draining you, not necessarily supporting you in the way that you need to be supported. Can I please get the final card for today's spread? We have the Hermit in its reversal. So even in this moment where there is this need for self-care, where there is this need that you understand that you need to start taking better care of yourself, given the fact that you have all of these opportunities coming towards you, what this is really creating for you is a sense of being ready to come out of isolation, of not letting this kind of, that there may be a period of isolation that you have been experiencing up until this point, and allowing this moment to truly drive you forward, understanding that this is the thing that is going to be best for you emotionally and spiritually, and also that is going to allow these opportunities to really come forward into your space. Getting bottom of the deck on today's daily collective read, we have the Nine of Swords in its reversal. So for many of you, there is some experience that you've been going through right now that has been causing you a great deal of grief, a great deal of suffering. You may even be losing sleep over it, or this may be causing some issues as it relates to your sleep. However, there is right now this need to really address this and to figure out how to get out of this. That there is something about this fact that even though in the tangible space you are trying to move forward in the places that are going to be best for you and the most healing, what we're also seeing is there is a lot of difficulty in figuring out how to move forward from these things that are causing you so much pain. And while I see this is what's causing this instability point, both for masculine and feminine right now, it is really trying to address those internal thoughts or those internal workings or this grief over these past situations or this disconnection between masculine and feminine that is really still a bit of a sticking point as it relates to how to move forward from here. Altogether, though, we do see that there is some very active moments coming forward for today, even as you are creating this space to kind of continue to work through some trauma that you are experiencing, both from the masculine and feminine side. Definitely use some time for today to do the things that you need around self-care, both emotional, spiritual, and physical. That is the Daily Collective read for today. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a personal private reading, you can book one on my website, graystrega.com. Please keep in mind that that is a two-step process. When you go to book, you have to pay for the reading and you have to book the reading. Please make sure to hit both buttons at the point that you book the reading. My private readings are done over Zoom with the option of recording sent to you afterwards. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you go to pay. Thank you so much for having this Daily Collective read with me, and we will do this again tomorrow.